Hey YouTube, this video is going to be about soap. I know there's some other videos that I promised to address, and I will do them right after I upload this one. I feel it important for people to understand the nature of where soap comes from. In today's society, soap is made from a bunch of harmful surfactants that are chemical derived, completely made in a chemist lab by scientists and sent out to be made not by hand but by machines, like everything else that we have in this world is made by. There are soaps that are natural, I will say, but they're only natural to a certain extent, and so I feel people need to know the difference of these soaps, because when I get comments on me showing, which I have to say I did put for soap makers on here, and it was directed verbally during the video for those soap makers that use tallow, like Nancy Today uses tallow. There's a few others out there that use tallow, but these videos were directed towards them, for them, as an aid for them. So for everybody that uses vegetable oils and all kinds of other oils, just basically oils to make their soap, those two videos were not directed towards you, and I feel like some of you judged very harshly on the basis of me using animal fat to make my soap. Let me tell you something about personal choice. It is my personal choice to decide whether I want to use a glycerin soap, we'll get to that one in a minute, or one made from tallow. That's my personal choice. I can use this, or I could use this, or I could use a whole bunch of oils to make my soap. I could use bacon grease to make my soap. I can use the grease that I fry chicken in. I can use pork lard off the shelf in the supermarket. I can use whatever I want to make my soap, and that is because I was born with the reasoning of choice. I choose to use what I choose to use. These soaps here that I made that are lovely and beautiful, these were made from glycerin. Why? Because I chose to make them from glycerin. That's my choice. And they came out beautiful and perfect. I like my bees right here.
They're cute.
Back to topic. But what did I use for glycerin? This is a natural occurring glycerin. It says natural avocado cucumber soap, and everybody's going, oh great, she's come to her senses. Well, I used this before I broke down my tallow and showed the video on how to do so. But let me hip y'all to something real quick. This is a natural avocado cucumber soap. The avocado and cucumber is added to the glycerin after. Glycerin is natural occurring from fat. From fat. Did I say from fat? Yeah, I think I said it. It's from fat. Your body is producing glycerin right now. If you have any amount of fat on your body, it has glycerin in it. How do they get the glycerin out? They cook it down. During the soap making process, they only take it past the hot process until the glycerin sinks to the bottom. It goes to the bottom of the pots or the containers that they're using. They get the top layer off, and they are left with glycerin. This is a natural occurring glycerin from animal fat. So for all of those that said you should be using glycerin soap, they're so much better, you should be using them. Yeah, but they're still made. The one that I buy, the one that's 100% natural, the one that is chemical free, the one that hasn't been bleached and dyed to God knows what ends, is a natural occurring soap that came from a natural animal that God put on this earth. Okay? So I think education is better than sitting around saying, oh my gosh, oh my God, you're using the animal. That's horrible. Or looking at the video and rating it a 3 or a 1 because you don't approve of my methods. It's my choice. It's my God-given right to use what I want. And any soap maker out there will tell you. I watched Nancy today, and I love her spirit. She's such a free-spirited woman, and Willem is so lucky to have her because she's just a bright, fresh of air. If I feel down and my son's at school, I will go and watch one of her videos, and she just makes you so happy. But she does it both ways. She makes soap from canola oil. She's got big containers of canola oil, olive oil, and she also makes soaps from tallow. Why? Why does she do that? Because it is her choice. Because she decides to. Because she wakes up one day and says, I think I'm going to make an olive oil soap. And then the next day she wakes up and she says, I think I'm going to make a tallow soap. God gave her that choice. Now, does she reckon that it's wrong to use an animal? I don't think so. I'm not in Nancy's head, but the fact that she uses it tells me she must not find anything wrong with it. And the fact that every last one of our ancestors from Africa to India to Britain used the animal to make soap. It's how it's done. It's how it's always been done. You guys look at your soap nowadays, and if you happen to find one that says sodium tallowate, guess what that is? That is fat from this. This is sodium salt from tallow. This is my whole tallow. They take the salt from this, but how do they get it? The same way that I broke down that tallow, that suet, and boiled it down to make tallow. That is how they get the sodium tallowate. And it still came from animals. It still came from animal fat. You see something that says sodium cocoate? That's salt from coconut oil. Sodium palmate, you see where I'm going? Salt from palm oil. Those are broken down and cooked down too. And I know you're probably going, oh, well, those are vegetables and those are fruits. Yeah, but your sodium tallowate that's probably floating around somewhere in your shower gels, your shampoos, your bars of soap, that's made from animal rendered tallow. Right there. That's what it's made from. Just like this natural glycerin is made from this. Only difference is this is the byproduct after it's cooked all the way down, after all the glycerin and everything is removed. You can't judge people by what you see. You can say it's disturbing. That's fine. That's your right. You can say it's not right. That's your right too. You have a God-given choice to decide you want to watch that video or not. And this isn't something that's like bothering me because I'm all about education. And so I'm educating you on the facts of soap making. All soaps, whether they be, if they're vegetable glycerin, that's fine. If you have a vegetable glycerin soap, that's, the clear blocks that you can get at, Michael's, the Hobby Lobby, Joann's or something like that. If you have that, that's fine. But, those poor vegetables were cut from their stalks and rendered down the same way that animal fat is to get that glycerin. And you're going, oh, well, it's a vegetable. But hey, it was a living thing at one point too. And everybody needs to remember that. The whole thing about natural is that it means it's from what was given to us. What occurs naturally. Animals occur naturally. Humans occur naturally. We give life to a natural organic product every day. So we shouldn't knock what other people do. So for the soap makers that do use tallow, this is mine. It's not all of it, but I've got about 20 pounds of it. And I'm proud of what I made. I'm proud that I have this tallow, and as soon as my supplies come, I'll be making my soap. I'm proud of my honeybees that I made with this glycerin right here. I'm proud of them. And it doesn't bother me in the least bit. And my family loves them too. And that's all that matters. My personal opinion, my personal choice. Whether you like the video or not, that's up to you. But don't rate it a 1 or rate it a 3 or below because you don't agree with my methods. That's my choice to use my methods. And you don't have to like them. You can very well just shut the video off. Alright. Later, people.